YouTube. Good to be here again. I apologize for the long hiatus, but I have been busy back in the United States doing many different things. I am currently back where I originated in the Midwest, Middle America, Southern Illinois to be specific. I am back here visiting family for the holidays. It is Thanksgiving in America, which is a huge holiday. And today I decided to come visit a special place that I have always tried to come back to visit when I've been back here, and that is Cahokia Mounds. Yeah, today is November 29th, 2024. I am near Collinsville, Illinois. It is about 33 degrees out Fahrenheit. So I'm really missing the climate of Southeast Asia at this point. I will be returning to that part of the world here in about a month. So the New Year's Day, I have a flight back to Thailand. So I will be posting more videos of that as I thaw out from this cold American winter. But for now, we're just going to walk around Cahokia. I hope you're all doing well out there. And I aim to be posting more videos here in the future. So thanks for tuning in. Much love to you all. So I'll include links to this place in the description so y'all can do your research. I've always been surprised at how unknown this place is, even as I was a kid. As you can see here, this is an example of a smaller mound. And this whole area, including all of East St. Louis, was riddled with these things prior to settlement. So you're looking at late 1800s, people were planting their farms and they were dismantling these. That's very recorded. There's a lot of pictures of farmers picking away at these so they could get their crops in. But you got tiny little plaques like this all around. Go ahead and pause it if you want to read this, but the museum right now is currently closed for whatever reason. It looked like there was some construction going on in there. And these were built for ceremonial, religious, or residential purposes. The civilization was at its height between 1200 and 1400 Common Era. They think that they may have dispersed because they ran out of resources or there was some kind of external threat. But this place was at its peak at that time, and it had a population that was the same size as London at that time, which would have been between 20 and 30,000 people. So quite a lot of people lived here, and mostly because of the fertile grounds that formed because of the confluence of the Mississippi and Illinois rivers. So it's got a similar sort of benefit to inhabitation as like the Nile River Delta. So they got that like really fertile floodplain, and that's what you have here. So over here is Monk's Mound. We'll walk up that, and that's the biggest one. But yeah, you can find these mound civilizations throughout parts of Ohio, northern Alabama, Kentucky, Tennessee. They've discovered rocks and shells and minerals from as far as the Gulf of Mexico, Georgia, Nebraska. So their trade routes extended that far. So they were a highly developed society with something they refer to as wood hinge. So they have found wooden calendar structure that they use to keep track of time. So impressive unknown civilization here in the middle of southern Illinois. I encourage you all to look into it and stop in for a visit if you're ever in the area. Also, catch a Cardinals game. So I'll read a little information for you guys. It says Cahokia was the largest prehistoric Indian community in America north of Mexico. It covered an area of 6 square miles, including at least 120 mounds of different size and function. Initial occupation during late woodland times, 700 to 800 AD, included small settlements along Cahokia Creek. These expanded and merged during early Mississippian times, 800 to 1000 AD, and the population and community increased, reaching its peak between 1050 and 1150 AD. Here you can they give you a little visual of what it could have looked like. So yeah, this is Monk's Mound, which is we're gonna go to over here, and you can see it's definitely eroded. I mean, you're talking 1,000 years ago. So rain, wind, and whatnot took some of the edges off. It is very cold. But yeah, guys, I have been coming here for many years since I was a wee little lad. We'd come on field trips here. Walk around. Never when it was this cold though. This is a first for me. It is effing freezing right now. But yeah, we're gonna go on the top of this, take a little peek. I might weave in a couple little videos from my family trip here. Oh. And I'm starting to get excited to head back to Southeast Asia. If you're just tuning into the channel for the first time, I hope you'll stick around and kind of keep posted on what I'm up to. For those of you that I haven't talked to in a long while, I hope you're doing well out there. Feel free to reach out anytime. I'm getting excited. Head back to warmer temperatures and warmer people. But we're gonna head up here and check out the view. A little more info. It says Monk's Mound is the largest prehistoric earthwork in the Americas. Its base covers over 14 acres and it rises to a height of 100 feet all the way to the third terrace here. We'll start our walk up this ramp here. So the excavations here have revealed that this ramp has been enlarged and redone several times since 1150 AD. So they keep uncovering more and more layers, but originally this was wooden and they had posts securing it, and people would walk up here to the top of what is now referred to as Monk's Mound. You can imagine what it may have been like to stand here for religious ceremonies, holidays, a civilization of 20,000 people. And they believe that the organizational structure may have mirrored that of ancient Egypt. So you may have had a chief or pharaoh that looked over the maybe 8 bishops, and below the bishops would have been the 32 priests. But pretty incredible. They also think an added benefit of having these mounds would have been a vantage point to look out for invaders. Here in the Midwest where I grew up, everything is agonizingly flat. There's no topography, which is great for growing crops and maybe drag racing, but it's not great if you are a prehistoric tribe worried about people coming in and nabbing your resources. So that was maybe an added function or benefit of creating these mounds here. You can see a couple more off in the distance. but it's just earth. It's just made of dirt. A lot of sweat and time. But the grade is still steep after all this time too. Made it to the top up here. Didn't hang out too long. Probably took like, I don't know, 5 minutes. It's not a crazy hike, but gives you an appreciation for how much work went into it, how big it is. And you can see across this highway there's more mountain networks over there. It's always bothered me that they built this highway right through the middle of this whole historic site. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that that is not really cool going on here, but they've only excavated a small percentage of this entire place, so they may come to find out there was even more going on. But this is what it looks at the top. We can walk over here and see St. Louis. You can see the arch and the skyline. Try to zoom in on that later, but Midwest America. So guys, up here at the top there was a structure that was found, or not a structure, but the remnants of a structure over there that they believe would have housed the chief and been the center for a lot of religious rituals, stuff like that. So you can see this could have been a big congregating area for people. And I'd love it if we could head down to that museum, but it's closed. Like I said, I've been coming here for years. I've been in that museum a dozen times. And they have a like 15-minute movie they'll show you. They've got an exhibit full of like archaeological finds, rocks. There is I think it's called like the Birdman tablet, and that is the insignia that they use for Cahokia now. It's just got like a half man, half bird face on it. So yeah, again, encourage you all to check out Cahokia Mounds if you're into that kind of thing. This place definitely sparked my interest in pre-existing, long-forgotten civilizations. So I'll keep coming here. But yeah, but in other news, I will be leaving the Middle West here in a couple days, heading back to the East Coast, where I will be throughout Christmas. And then from there, you'll just have to follow along. But I think I'll wrap it up there. Again, I'm sending love to all of you out there. Thanks for checking in. Hopefully my next video will be a little warmer. But yeah, thanks again. Good luck out there. Take care.
Where are we now?
Where are we now? About a half hour outside Effingham, Illinois. West.
We just had lunch at a place called Firefly Farm to Table. We've been on the road for probably close to 8 hours, but we stayed last night in Cloverdale, Indiana, at a lovely IHG. But yeah, this is the geography of the place where my dad and I grew up.
Clearly nothing to see here.
Yeah. Our great American holiday road trip. So we started in central Pennsylvania and we're going to end in southern Illinois, close to Carbondale area. And that's what we got going on.
companion.